Hey, what's going on, everybody? Almost New Year's, right? Almost New Year's. Holy shit. This year is gone. That's it. It's gone. What are you gonna do, huh? How are you guys doing? Good? I'm doing this podcast on Saturday, and I don't want to raise my voice too much because, I have neighbors. Um, what's going on, huh? What's going on? Saturday night. Um, I'm just taking it easy because tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and it's freezing. It's like freezing out there, man. Holy shit! It's freezing out there. Also, it snowed today, and Saturday, my usual. When I woke up, I watched the one of the episodes of the Star Trek. Star Trek with what's his name? Patrick Stewart, I think that's what his name is. And the what's his name? The first commander. What the hell am I saying? Commander Riker. And Chief Medical Officer Crusher, blah 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 blah. One of those episodes I watched, and it's fun. From the 1980s, I think it's from 1986. One of the original ones. Star Trek universe. USS Enterprise 1701. Right? There we go. What else is going on? Well, the New Year's, you know. I just took it easy today. I got my sandwich from the bagel shop, and then I got to conditori, the Swedish coffee shop, and then I was there for like an hour and a half, and then I had to go to one of the job sites in Midtown because I promised my client that I'll be there today. So so that's what I did, and then I came, and then I grabbed some lunch. Some dinner from the food truck near Barclay Center, and then that's it. I came back around like 7:30, I think, tonight, and then I just had my dinner, and then I worked for another maybe like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. I had this little office space in my apartment. I liked it actually. It's good to have like a separate small office space, where I have the two monitors and and the computer and so yeah, that's what I did. And now here I am. Here I am on a Saturday night. On a Saturday night. Because tomorrow I think I'm gonna meet the guys. And I told them, listen guys, let's do something very low key. I asked the other guys, what's his name? Roland and these other guys. I think that everybody's in Miami. You know why? Because it's so goddamn cold here that everybody just like, they're like, fuck it, if you want to celebrate New Year's, you want to be someplace nice and warm. I think that's what it was. But New York City still is crazy when it comes to New Year's. It's one of the craziest fucking cities, especially New Year's. Don't go out, man. Don't fucking go out to any bar, not even bar, don't even go to like a house party. That's why I told these guys, listen, they were very anxious about like, okay, so what should we do? Blah blah blah. I said, listen, I don't want to do anything. I don't fucking want to do anything. You know why? Because New Year's Eve is the worst night to go out. It's true. Stay home. Stay home with your family. Just you know, just have a drink and enjoy the time with your family and just, I don't know, watch a movie or something like that. Why do you have to go crazy? You know, because the world is crazy out there. It doesn't mean that you have to be crazy. You know. So either I'm just going to stay in. I think my girlfriend is coming over. Actually, I think I'm picking her up here. She's back from San Francisco. She goes to school there, so we're gonna meet up tomorrow, and I'm gonna have a date. So yeah, and then after that, I might go to meet the guys. Though I'm not sure. I might just stay in. I don't know. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's the plan for New Year's. 2017 is gone. Bygones be bygones. That's it. That's it, man. So well, I don't want to keep this what do you call podcast too long, so I'm just going to keep it brief, and I'll just talk about the stuff that I want to talk about. Right? Yes. Okay. How is everyone doing? Good? Huh? You doing good? You doing better? Doing worse? No, man. You don't want to do worse. Always strive for doing better. You know how all these tech guys, you know, you have to work hard, and then the reward comes. Reward, you know, you receive the reward from your hard work. So that's what it is. What else? So yeah, 2017 is gone, and we're gonna step into 2018. Although I don't believe that January 1st is going to be any different than December 31st, except that our calendar is set based on this clock, and the calendar, I mean the time is set based on this Gregorian calendar, which needs a big reform. It needs a big reform, I'm telling you, because it's so unscientific. It's so unscientific. And I still wonder why these scientists, these astrophysicists, how come they are not talking about this? Let's make it like a universal calendar where, you know, we don't have to freaking, you know, keep track of what day is January 28th this year. Is it Saturday? Is it freaking Friday? What is it? Why does it change next year? Etc. etc. You get my point? There are people working on it, and hopefully that becomes a reality at some point in time. It becomes a real scientific calendar that actually does not screw up our routine and all that, right? So I don't want to go on and on about the calendar, but that was my 2 cents. Now that we are actually at the end of this year, 2017. Wow, 2017 is gone. Shit. Feels like it feels like it was yesterday. It was January 1st, 2017. Well, I mean, it doesn't really, but you get my point. And as you grow older, so this is what happens. As you grow older, right, time goes by faster, exponentially. You know how exponential it is? Like this, the curve is like this, right? So it's a curve. Faster, 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 right? As opposed to like a 45-degree angle line, right? Because that's just gradual, you know, the slope is fixed, right? This dimension by this dimension is fixed. But when you have a curve, exponential, it's obviously you have to do the differential, whatever the hell it is. I don't want to go on and on about the differential equations and all that, but you get my point, right? So that's what happens as you grow older. That's what happens with time. Okay, so what else do I want to talk about? What else do I want to talk about? Okay, so I think I want to talk about a few things from my cheat sheet, as always. So let's see, what do I have on the plate in my cheat sheet? Okay, so the first thing, Orlando, yeah. Yeah, so I went to Orlando and for Christmas, and that was really nice, man. That was nice. I think that was a good decision that I did. Actually, I got a good deal on. I got a really good deal on Expedia actually for the resort and as well as the flight. 500 something, 500 change. That's it. That's it, man. It was nice. I mean, the resort was okay. It was just like for the price, yeah, it was okay, you know. And then I had a date there to actually I met my cousin. She actually goes to school there, and then I took her to Disneyland. You know the Hollywood Studios of Disneyland. This on the theme parks. Oh yeah, that's nice, man. Disneyland, Hollywood Studios. That's what we chose to go to. Although I was thinking about going to Pandora. Pandora. You guys remember that from freaking what do you call the Avatar movie? The Avatar, Pandora, huh? Remember that? From 2012, is that what it is? I think so. This man is old, so I can't Okay. So yeah, that's what I did, and the weather down there was nice, you know. So I was wearing shorts and all that. But then at night it gets chilly, so you have to wear like a jacket or something like that. But I was there for only 2 nights, so I just wanted to get away from New York City for Christmas, you know. So yeah, that's what I did, and it was nice, you know. It was nice. Yeah, this was Christmas Day. We went to Disneyland, and we actually just watched two shows, two theme parks. One was the Star Wars, obviously, you know. They had like a 10 minutes, like a movie about introduction and what Star Wars is and what Star Wars is becoming, and they're good, you know, they're going to have more diversity in the cast and blah blah blah, and all that bullshit. And then they have all the memorabilia from the Star Wars. You can see, you know, these like prototypes of like Millennium Falcon and the rebellion ships and all that, and then the dreadnought, what the fuck it is called, First Order dreadnought ship. And you can actually meet the characters, but then there were lines to meet, you know, Chewbacca and what the fuck, CPO3 and C3PO, C3PO, not CPO3, C3PO, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to get into the lines. And then the other one we watched was that was really good. The Indiana Jones, yeah, Indiana Jones. They have built a really amazing theme park. So where they, I don't want to do a spoiler alert. You guys can go and watch it yourself, but fucking amazing. You know, they actually have simulated, not simulated. They have actually built the sets, which were actually built to shoot those scenes. Some of those scenes first, let's say in South America, and then in Egypt, and in the desert. You guys remember that scene with the not the Nazi plan, and then Harrison Ford there with, you know, he's trying to sail the, you know, he's trying to like get away from those Nazis and all that in Egypt and all that in the desert when the plan comes in, right? And so they have an actual plan down there. They do that and they blow up the whole fucking thing. It's fucking amazing. You guys should go there. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It's like fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. I have the videos actually. I took the videos, which I don't think they allow you to actually take the videos, but I did that. I'm like, fuck it, who cares? So yeah, so that was that, and that was nice. So I came back on Monday. No, I came back Tuesday morning, and then I worked from home, and yeah, that's it. That's it. That was nice. Yeah, I highly recommend these theme parks. Theme parks are nice, except that it was, December 25th, which is Christmas, and at night they were, this is Florida, so you have this is South, so that they were doing a lot of Christmas. When we came out of the show, there were like a lot of like freaking like Christmas songs and all that, like so I just got out of there. We got out of there, and I dropped off my cousin, and I drove back to my resort, and then my date came over. We had a date, and then I watched a movie, and then I woke up next morning, and yeah, that's it. And then I came back to I flew back with the Spirit Airline. That's one of the, I don't know. That's like the basic. So yeah, that's that on my trip to Orlando. Orlando, dun dun doo 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 doo. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so um, um, oh yeah, so obviously, I'm interested in technology, including what's happening with space missions and missions to Mars. So apparently Elon Musk has an update on Mars landing. SpaceX, he owns SpaceX, and I think they have started the production of this ship, of the rocket that they're going to use, and it's amazing. Like, it's fucking amazing. If you go to YouTube and just search Elon Musk. Just search Elon Musk update on Mars landing, and then there are a couple of videos where he actually tells everybody. He has a presentation of what the game plan is for SpaceX, and he actually shows the ship, the rocket, and then the area where the payload is going to be, which is going to carry. I think the first mission is going to carry just the equipment and all that the human beings would need, and the landing of the humans would be 2 years after, which is, I think he said, scheduled for 2024. And I believe in this guy. I really believe in this guy. So just go to the YouTube and watch his presentation on update on Mars landing. Holy shit! He's actually kind of very anxious to go to Mars. Which makes sense because SpaceX has made a lot of history in the rockets and all that. And I was also listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then this other guy. What's his name? Mars One. If you Google Mars One, right? This guy actually has selected like 100 people, and out of them, I think they're going to be selecting, I don't know, I don't know how many, like what, like um, 50? I don't know. I'm not sure. Mars One mission. So if you Google Mars One mission, right? Okay, so here you go. Wikipedia. Everything goes to freaking Wikipedia. Mars One is an organization that had proposed to land the first humans on Mars and establish a permanent human colony there by 2032. Okay, so these guys are behind. Well, they want to. Okay, so by 2032. So which means that human beings are going to be there. Before that, according to Elon Musk, he's going to land like astronauts, I think. And there was a discussion about Mars One's game plan, and what the real scientists and the astronauts are saying is that Mars One uh, is really is like a suicidal mission, because they are saying that that it's a one-way trip and they're not gonna come back, and they are selecting people based on I don't know what the fuck, which doesn't make any sense. Mars One mission was based in the Netherlands, implements manage the mission. Mars One Ventures holds all monetization rights, including broadcasting rights. The private space flight projects led by Dutch entrepreneur Bas Landrop, who announced the Mars One project in 2012, May 2012. Yeah, I don't believe these guys. Astronaut training, revenues, and investment. I'm not sure if these guys even have money to do that. I mean, these Europeans, I'm not sure. For comparison, an austere manned Mars mission, including a temporary stay followed by return of the astronauts, proposal NASA to is a projected cost of 100 billion US dollars of an 18-year program, including NASA required return component. 100 billion to go to Mars. But that's NASA. You know, NASA wastes a lot of money because NASA is government. I'm pretty sure Elon Musk can do this like in like a quarter of do this in a quarter of $100 billion. But in any case, you get my point, right? So Elon Musk and Mars One, all these people, they are anxious to land humans on Mars, and why not? Why the hell not? Huh? Why the hell not? Any person who is opposed to like landing and terraforming Mars, they're out of their mind. They're out of their fucking mind. Don't be like a freaking liberal and stop sounding like some, like a galactical, like freaking are a solar, like a Greenpeace, because colonizing Mars is if anything going to provide new explorations for the human beings, because we are explorers. That's what we are. We are explorers. I'm not saying that what the Europeans did to many of the countries and continents, where they actually killed all the locals and natives and all that, and then they took over the land and all that. I'm not saying that, and that's not the premise here, because first of all, there's nothing on Mars. As far as we know, there's no life form there. If there's any life form there, it may be just organisms and all that, but we don't know, because the Mars, ours. What the fuck am I saying? Ours? No, Mars. Because Mars has an atmosphere that's very not conducive to support life. Maybe life is very basic underneath the surface, because on the surface it's such a bad environment to actually have any life form to exist. But the whole point of the exploration is that we are exploring now intrastellar planets, uh, intrastellar planets, and maybe moons in future. And all. One thing that Elon Musk said, and that actually fascinates. That fascinates me. And that's kind of frustrating as well as fascinating when he says that. And so yeah, if you look at his presentation, if you listen to his presentation on YouTube, he goes at the end, I think towards the end, he's like, why don't we have a mission on moon? What the fuck? Why don't we have a mission on moon by this time? I mean, this is fucking 2017. We landed on moon, what, like 50 years ago? And we don't even have a base on moon? Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any fucking... You know why? Because we have been fighting each other, and so that's why I think this guy, the Dutch guy, said the same thing when he was talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson, that because the issue is that we have not spent effort, time, and money to come up with the technology to go interstellar onto other planets within our solar system, because we have been wasting money and effort on bullshit. That's what it is. That's what it is, in my opinion. I mean, until you have a different opinion, then you tell me, and then I'll tell you you're fucking wrong. That's true, because I'm telling you right now. Our money has been going into where the fuck all the money has gone, man. I don't know what the fuck. In any case, okay, without ranting too much. So that was my take on Mars, and that's gonna happen. Whether you guys resist or desist, or what the fuck you guys doing, or you guys partying, or watching movies, what the fuck you guys doing, that's gonna happen. Sorry, man. That's gonna happen, and telling you. What else? What's in my cheat sheet? Cause I don't want to go on and on about. Oh man, this is a holiday time. It's a holiday time, and it's a white New Year's. It's going to be like a white because we have freaking snow in New York. And my car is actually worse for the snow. My smart car, because the problem is that here's the rear wheel, and it has very small tires. And so this year I might have to take a lot of subways because I don't want to drive. And this year is going to be very, very cold. As you guys know, we have a cold front from the Arctic, northern Arctic. I told you guys. You guys don't fucking listen to me. You don't listen to me, and then you end up like cursing yourselves for not listening to me, right? Because I told you, whenever you have hurricanes, I'm talking about Northeast. I'm not sure about Midwest. Freaking wildfires in California, LA and all that. I'm just talking about Northeast because I've been here long enough to predict the weather. In general, I'm not a weatherman, but I'm just giving you heads up, and I gave you heads up. This year, the winter is going to be very, very harsh because we had hurricanes. We had bad hurricanes down in the freaking Caribbean. And whenever that happens, that means that there's something going on in the fucking weather. It's not going to be pretty when the hurricane season is over after November, and then we get into freaking winters, and it's going to be long ass Snow, a lot of snow, a lot of colds. Okay, I don't want to sound like a freaking pessimistic guy, but I'm just giving you my honest opinion that this year is going to be very, very cold as opposed to 2 last years, which were very mild. So that was my rant on the weather, right? That's it. What else? Do I have anything else that I want to talk about? Oh, shit, yeah. Few very important things I want to talk about. Equifax. Equifax. Equifax is one of the three credit bureaus, right? Their apparently their I guess their website was hacked or whatever the fuck it was, and then so that actually erased a lot of information from a lot of their members. So apparently I'm one of them because I logged on the other day and they don't have any information about me. And so apparently if you are affected, then they actually they actually direct you to go to another website, which I'm not sure if it's real. So I don't know what the fuck happened. So they don't have any information about me. I had my account there. I was actually even paying them monthly to just to keep the credit and all that, clean and all that. But now it's gone. It's fucking gone. So, and then I'm looking at the scores from the other websites, Experian and the TransUnion, and they're screwed up too. Is that because of Equifax? So I think I had to call them. I had to call them and figure it out. But so yeah, that's what happened in Equifax. If you guys are obviously you are, you have a social security number, you have a credit history, then Equifax was watching you, and you could actually log on always and sign up for an account, and you could look up your credit history and all that, right? Credit history and your credit score and all that. But you can't anymore, apparently. It's screwed up. Equifax was hacked by Russian hackers, I think, Chinese motherfuckers, and they have actually deleted information. That sucks. So I have to actually call them this week. I mean, next week I have to call them and figure out what the hell happened. I mean, I know what the hell happened, but so if you guys are affected, make sure you call them and get it straight, because it doesn't make any fucking sense that they would erase your. They would say that there's no information about this account. Well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. What else? What else? Okay, so iPhone X. iPhone X. X-Men. Oh, by the way, I watched the second episode, I mean the sequel to X-Men, this morning, and then actually I think I was watching it last night, and then I watched it this morning too, and I finished it actually, Logan and all that. It's a very interesting story, but I don't think I'm into mutants. I don't think I'm more of a space action adventure guy, action adventure movies guy, like, what I mean? But it's interesting, yeah. You are a superhuman, and the problem is that when the humans find out that you're a superhuman, then they go after you, they want to experiment on you, and they make your life miserable, right? That's it. That's the whole point of mutants. In X-Men and X2, X-Men, whatever the fuck it is, the reboot, the boot up, the booted version, whatever the fuck it is. You get my point, right? Right, okay. Oh yeah, iPhone X, right? iPhone X. So apparently iPhone X had an issue, and Apple is actually admitting that they had slowed down iPhone because they wanted to save the battery life. But that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you do that? Slow it down? Huh? Slow it fucking down? I don't know. So that's That's the news I was actually reading the other day on my iPhone. I don't have an iPhone X. Uh, I think I have closer to iPhone 7, and it just works fine. I don't need a fucking iPhone X to begin with. I don't need that fucking thing. You know how people are crazy and they just go on and they're like, oh, iPhone X is coming up. I'm gonna buy that in the morning. I'm gonna be at the Apple store 10 hours ahead of everybody, and I believe the one. That mentality, man. Oh, fuck. That mentality is such a bullshit mentality. People who are actually crazy. Those people are crazy. They have mental illness. I'm telling you right now. They have a mental illness. People who actually go there ahead of line, unless they're giving you like a 50% discount, why would you want to be there? It's the same fucking thing. What's the difference? Why can't you wait like 6 months? These fucking stupid people, man. What can you do? Alright? Anyways, so that's my rant on iPhone X. Oh, okay. I was actually watching some really interesting videos on YouTube the other day. Was that YouTube or some other popular science? One of those, right? So apparently, some of these airline companies and also some startups in San Francisco and on the West Coast. West Coast has a lot of startups. I think New York has a lot of startups too. But some of the one of the startups, I think, they're trying to work with the airplane industries to come up with like some sort of a cabin or multiple cabins on an airplane, so that the passengers don't feel miserable every time when they're traveling. You know, unless you have your own private jet, traveling is the most air traveling is the most miserable experience of all the fucking times. You know that, right? You go on an airplane and you're squeezed between two fucking persons, especially if you're in the fucking middle seat or whatever the hell it is, right? Your life is miserable and you're just there for like fucking 6 hours. Only thing you can do is, you know, you can order a drink maybe, or just watching movies, staring at the fucking computer screen. And if you have to get up, it's just so miserable. You have to tell the person, you know, who's freaking sleeping, and he or she has to wake up, and then she has to like, you know, get up from her or his seat, and then you can go to the bathroom. The bathroom is miserable too, and the whole air travel experience is so miserable that now people are realizing that why does it have to be so miserable? You know, why can't we turn that into, I mean, all these like airplanes are so huge, so why can't we make it a little more user friendly, not user but customer friendly, and give the customers a little more flexibility of, like, let's say that we should have like a cabin. And they were talking about like this whole concept of, you know, how cargo planes have these cabins, but they have, what they do is that they load these cabins with cargo in them onto the planes. So why can't we do that using the same concept as cargo cabins, but we load these cabins that have you know, something nicer. For example, a bed, you know, like a bed, like a, you know, bunker bed, and maybe a bar, and maybe like a restaurant, like a small restaurant, and maybe like a, you know, where people can relax, maybe a spa, one of those, you know, instead of at the fucking airport. That's the worst thing you want to do. You want to get in a spa at the airport, man? No, you don't want it. No, that's the worst thing. I would rather want to get a spa on the airplane, you know. That's it. Or I would just, you know, if I can just hang out at a bar, you know, where I can stretch out and I don't have to like be next to this person, you know, on my left and my fucking right. And I'm like, dude, what the? So this tech company is coming up with this concept, and they're trying to work with FAA and because you know there's fucking security bullshit is involved and all that, you know. So I'll be so glad if that happens, you know, like for ordinary people who even people in the first class, what do they get? Like a little bit of more room, and what else? Like maybe a drink, free fucking drink. That bullshit, dude. That fucking bullshit. And yeah, I'm glad somebody actually came up with this idea, because traveling by air is the most miserable experience in one's life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So there's that, and how far are we? How far are we? 40 minutes. Holy shit. Holy shit. Last subject, last but not least. Okay. So apparently, there were some pilots in the U.S. Air Force, was that Pentagon, what the fuck it is. They came across an object that it looked like it didn't have any wings. You can actually Google it in our YouTube. And and uh, and so this guy who was actually flying this jet, right, jet plane, whatever the fuck it is. So he actually sighted this along the water, right? So he's going like he's trying to figure out what the fuck this object is, right? It looks like a black dot, right? You know, it looks like a black dot. And so he's talking to I think to his back to his fucking base, or to one of the other pilots in one of the other jets, and he was trying to describe it. And he had it in the fucking mark, you know, where he could actually like kill it. But he was trying to figure out what the fuck that object was, right? And I think he was mentioning like, oh, this object does not have any wings. How can it fly? But it's flying, right? This was actually on the news, CNN and all that. If you guys, you can actually say it. Just say Pentagon UFO program and a pilot's coming across a UFO while flying. So everybody was like heightened up in their fucking minds that oh this may be a UFO. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, it may be a UFO, but what does that mean? It may be an alien ship. No, it's not an alien ship. No, no. And actually, I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson. Actually, he was interviewed by CNN, I think, or CNBC, whatever the fuck it is, and he was laughing at them. Yeah, it's an unidentified flying object. Means you can't identify what it is. Doesn't mean it's a ship from another planet or another galaxy. It's not an alien object. It's just an unidentified object. That's what it is. Could be anything. You don't have to have wings these days to fly an airplane or a jet or whatever the fuck it is, right? Yeah, I think that's what it was, and I don't understand. These people are getting so excited. Oh God, you know, we have this object, and we take this from our solar system coming into our space, and no. First of all, you have to listen to astrophysicists. First of all, it's extremely hard. I think I said this in my last video. It's very extremely hard for a ship, for any ship, to actually come into our space, which is Earth's atmosphere, because we have a lot of goddamn space debris thanks to our junk. You get my point? I'm talking about the space junk, okay? I'm not talking about any other junk. I'm talking about the space junk we have, and you can't pass a spaceship into our atmosphere with that goddamn space junk up there without the goddamn space junk hitting that spaceship. So, and no, there's no spaceship that's gonna come into here with the shields up, and that those shields are going to be protected. Are going to be protecting the ship from any space junk. No, I don't think so. I don't think there are any aliens out there. They are going to come to us through landing a spaceship. Maybe they will in the future, but I don't think so. I don't think we are ready for that. We're not. Okay, so in any case, so I'm going to close out my podcast by saying that Happy New Year's and whatever the hell you're doing, don't go crazy because New Year's is a crazy time. Holidays is actually a crazy time. A lot of shit happens. Don't do anything crazy. Okay, just keep it cool, keep it calm, and yeah, don't go out, man. Don't fucking go out on New Year's Eve. No, no. If anything, just be with friends, watch a movie, or be with your girlfriend, and just like chill out. Yeah, I don't want to repeat myself that New Year's is one of the worst days. I mean, nights to actually. New Year's Eve is one of the worst nights to go out. Alright? 46 minutes, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 7 seconds. And with that said, other than that, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time with family or friends or allies. And I'll speak to you guys and girls and every other gender associates. I will speak to you guys next week. Alright.